Good morning, everybody. I hope you are well. We are back. Hope you enjoyed making your zip lines last week. I've seen some great pictures from who was it, Leo and Rosie. They did loads down in this paddling pool and all sorts. It was great. So hopefully you guys are here again. Nice to see you. And who else did we have last week? Luca. Luca was on. Nice to see you, Luca. Hope you're back again. You're usually here. So, as I say, same as I did last week, I've pre-recorded this, so hopefully we get better picture quality. But if you say hello, say your names down below, I will be there typing away, chatting to you through text, even though I'm not chatting to you live. Okay, so you know what's going on. So hello. Right, so this week we are going to do some catapults. Okay, so we're going to be flinging things around. Catapults is one of the things I do when I do birthday parties. We quite often do catapults. So I thought it'd be quite a nice one to do on here. I've got lots of ping pong balls. Okay, so they're nice and soft. They're not going to break anything when they hit anything. So if you want something, don't be doing it with marbles. I'm not paying for bills when you break somebody's window. Do something soft, so a ping pong ball or cotton wool or something like that goes all right. Or a small piece of Lego, a Lego head, something like that. The only problem with them is they do fly quite well, then you've got to find them. So something like that would be good. Okay, so catapults this week. So I'm going to get straight in and start building something. Just adjust my camera. Okay, should work. There. Right. So I have got a box of bits. Now these are the parts I use when I do catapults for the parties that I do. So it's getting sort of to see what we build out of these. So I've got some Technic pieces, some Technic bricks, some small Technic bricks, some pins, an axle, and then some regular bricks as well. You don't actually need as many Technic bricks as I've got here. You actually only need those ones. They're the only Technic bricks that you need with holes in. And then obviously you need the axle and a couple of pins and ideally a couple of those. That's kind of the Technic. The rest of it can all be built out of normal bricks. I tend to use Technic bricks just because that's what the build is. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a start. So we're going to take these two pieces first. Now this is going to be the actual flingy bit of my catapult. So I'm going to make a beam out of these two pieces, and that's what these two Technic pins are for. We're just going to put those in there and there. Just use those to hold together. So we've got a beam. Okay, so that's going to be our flingy bit. Okay, and then we need a base in which to build it round, and the sides that are going to fling together. So to make my sides first, I need two of those. The colours really don't matter, as you can see, but these are just random colours. Two of those. That's my sides that I'm using. Okay, so if you're trying to do this exact, these Technic beams are 10 long. It doesn't really matter. They're 10 studs. Then these are 12, 8, and 4. I think yes, 12, 8, and 4. Those are. As I say, doesn't matter specifically, but just if you kind of try and see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got those bits built. So that's my sides and my beam, and I've got these bits. I'm going to make a base, so it's got something solid. Okay, so I'm going to use. I've got 1x8 bricks and 1x4 bricks, and from them I'm going to make a rectangle like that. And then I'm going to use these plates, so 2x6 plates across either end. They hold it together. So I've got that. And then those ones are just to fill in the gaps, just to make it all level on top. So my top's flat. And that's my key bits done. So there's 4 kind of key components to my catapult, to those. Then it's just a case of elastic band. Assembling is all I need to do then. So these go on either side like that. and then this bit is going here. And that's why these ones and these top white ones, that's why they're the ones that need the holes in. Because this axle has got to go through here, and also through here. Now you've got to decide where's the best place to put it and how far through and which hole you're going to use. So I am going to put it not quite through the middle, so it's offset, and then it always drops down at one end. Okay, and then these little red bits, see those? They just go on the ends, and that just stops it all falling to pieces. That won't fall out now. Okay. Ta-da! That's basically it. These two bits go there and there. That's where my ball sits. The ball just bounces in there, just about. It doesn't bounce very well, I have to say, but it does bounce. Just it's not going to there because I said that. Balance. There we go. So it bounces like that. You put it back. Let it go. Doesn't go anywhere at the moment. Need the elastic band. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an elastic band here and here on the bottom. So when I pull up, it's going to pull the elastic band tight, and then when I let go, it's going to fire it. So that is going to go like that. Ooh, that elastic band looks like it's going to snap, but we'll see how we do on. There we go. So I kind of wrapped it around a little bit to make it tighter. So I just hooked it down around. That's why these long bits at the bottom, these bits at the bottom, are a bit longer, because then you can hook the elastic band around. I got hold of the bottom of the elastic band and pulled it over the top of the beam like that. So that's my catapult. I can then put a ball on there. I can pull it back and fire it, and it works. And the ball. There you go. Now, there's no way this is going to show up on the camera because it's going to be too quick. And it's going to fly out of shot. But you get the idea. So we'll do that. I'm not going to pull it back very far, see if it'll show up. There you go. So that was, I only pulled that a little bit. Pull it all the way down. There you go, quite far. Okay. So that's the idea. Now you can do, as I say, you can do your own version of something like that if you've got some Technic bricks. That will work. Now if you've not got Technic bricks, little bit tricky, or little other things to do really. So now what you might have found, these are really, now this will depend on, and from some of your pictures I know some of you have got some of your parents' Lego, because these are wheels, but these are old wheels. Okay, so only if your parents are really 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 old like me are you likely to have these. So these came, they were 1970s, 1980s. So we're talking 40 years ago when we used wheels like this. But the good thing about these wheels is they've got studs on the side. So we can build sideways on them like that. So we can fasten stuff to the wheels. So then we can get this kind of trampoline going. So let me get some. So I'm going to get a, say trampoline, catapult. So, yeah, there. Put that on like that. Oh, I got 2 pieces. Having a rummage in my box of it, see what we can find. So you see that works, the catapult. I need something here to hold my ball. What can I build? No, go on. Oh, it might. There you go. So I've got a digger piece. I'm hoping my ball's going to sit in that, and it's connected to one of these pieces. So I'm going to fasten that to there. Yay! Oh, hey, that worked well. That flew low way. That went really well. Okay. So there's no elastic band on this. This is just my finger pressing down and flicking it, and that works well. And if you get a long, see if I can make this. There. So I've made my arm a bit longer. See what difference that makes. Will it make it better or worse? Not quite as good, I don't think. You can't obviously see. Very difficult for me to get all that on camera. It flies quite well. I'm doing really well first. I've not lost a ball yet. I'm doing quite alright. So, yeah, there we go. So that's using, as I say, now you may, just an idea, but you might not have wheels like that. But, you know, anything along these lines of this sort of thing, you just need some sort of pivot. So let's move that one. There. So I've done those two so far. Right, what else have I got? I've got these hinges that we used when we were making our creatures a couple of weeks ago. Wonder if they'll work. Let's have a think. So, see if I've got a couple of those. Like that. Put that like that. I want a long. There we go. I've got my kind of pivot bit. Don't know if that's going to work. Let's find out. Bulk on there. Actually, let's do that. Right, so elastic band around there and there. Kind of works. See if I can make my elastic band a bit tighter. I've got another layer of bricks at the back. See if this works. I don't know if this is going to work. We'll give it a go. Oh, ball fell off. Kind of. It kind of works. Kind of works. We could probably do it without the elastic band. Just use finger power again. Oh, I broke it. Worked though. Fired the elastic band. Fired the ping pong ball. So there we go. So hopefully, see what you guys can come up with. I'm intrigued to see what you guys can make to make some sort. Yeah, I've got that one's a really kind of designed proper catapult. I know that's going to work because it's been designed to work. And then, but then, you know, these just using what we've got to hand. These are completely, you know, this apart from the hingey brick on that, apart from the couple of hinges under there, that's, yeah, you can't get much more basic brick-wise than that, can you? And this one with the random wheels, Now, if you've got newer wheels, these ones aren't much good because you can't fix anything to them. These ones. But these ones, as long as, again, you need a couple of Technic bricks, but they've got Technic connectors in, so that would work. So let me grab a couple of Technic bricks. There we go. So a couple of Technic bricks, that. So what I'm doing is I'm putting bricks on there, so this bit in the middle spins round, and then I can put that in there. So now we've got our pivot, and that's what you need for Catapult basically, is some sort of pivot. Okay, so again, that's going to work, isn't it? As a needs some way of holding the ball, because the ball's never going to stay on there. Let's tell you what. Give it something to rest on so it doesn't fall down so far, and then cut for ping pong ball needs to be 4 wide. There we go. May have lost that one. Oh no, there is. Hey. So that works. Now, adjusting this bit, the length of it, is going to change how well your catapult works. Okay? If you only use a short one, you're going to get a different response to using a long one. So, trying to see if I can change this. And I'm extending it by putting a long bit on top. There we go. So now we can see this bit here is much longer. There's a bigger distance between where the ball is and where my pivot is. So, and amazingly, I haven't lost that again, landing in that box. Oh, there it is. There we go. That went well. So you'll have to try it. Try some different lengths and see what difference it makes. Now, can I make this? I'm trying to see if I can do this so I use my elastic band rather than use my finger, because it's quite nice to do with elastic bands if you've got one. So I need some way of connecting that onto there. So let's just put a brick there. There we go. So then I need some way of connecting that down there. Oh, that might just do it. So I've literally just put a brick on the top to hook the elastic band round, and then I've just put this plate on the bottom, because there's then enough gap under here for the elastic band to go under there. Now that is where the elastic band wants to be. That's the natural position of the elastic band. So as soon as I push it down, you're now stretching this all this power, all this energy in here. Okay, that's then what we call kinetic. Oh, Lego worked well. Kinetic energy, stored energy. Okay, and because this is so long, quite long. Okay, it doesn't take me much effort to push that down and stretch this, because my fingers pull. The further back I pull, the longer this and the easier it is for me to push down, because you get what they call moments, more pivot, longer pivot, less force needed. Okay, so now all I have to do is let go, and it fires. Yay! It's nice to have them automated. There you go. And I could have done a similar thing on this with my elastic band. Round here, round this end. And some way of find a piece. Do that again. The distance here isn't very long. But that's where there's no tension there. So what I can do is I'm going to double up my elastic band, which should give me loads of force. It might just pull the whole thing to pieces, but we shall see. Oh yeah, I'm having to really hold this down now. That's really pulling. This elastic band's really tight. I'm trying to work out where to find my ping pong ball that I'm not going to lose it. Okay, ping pong ball. Yay! So, what can you do? Now, you might want to make them so they look slightly better than mine. Mine aren't the most artistic catapults in the world. That one doesn't look bad. These look a bit dodgy. But, yeah, add some decorations. Make them better. Theme them. Use these catapults. Castles. Have some knights. Where are my knights? They're the knights. There you go. So we have some soldiers, some castle soldiers operating the catapult. There he is. Operating this end. These are the blokes at this end. They're gonna they're loading the balls, look. There they are. Yeah, we could make it into a bit of a castle. Give it some turrets. Going to be a white castle. Build our tower up a little bit more. Get you out of the way. It's nice to give a bit of decoration to our builds, make them look a bit more interesting. So I'm going to have a white castle. Can have some battlements around the top here. That's all good castles do. There we go. If these guys are going to load my ball, they're going to need some steps. They can't get up there to load it without steps, can they? That would be just crazy. I can just imagine them going to me, to you, to you, to me. They're shifting this ball around. This is our... He can be aiming. He's telling them where to fire it. Reattach the elastic band. There we go. At the moment, this bloke here is holding the thing down. He's in the way. There, so we've given it a bit more of a theme. Looks quite cool now, I quite like it. But we could build it into a whole big thing. Do a whole massive castle with it. Okay? So, do show me what you come up with. Hopefully you've been saying hello down below. You just need some sort of a hinge. any sort of hinge. Now, if I said these aren't much good, these sorts of wheels. If you're struggling for something that hinges, you could use these. Okay, it takes a bit more work to get them to kind of work, but basically you need to build a container, or a holder I should say, for the wheels. So if we do that, there. That will then sit on there. So if I then put I'm literally just building a little box kind of around the wheels. If they're the only hinge pieces I've got, what else can I do? Found a way, haven't I? So that kind of works. I need some of those. At the moment, my wheel's just still slightly taller than these two bricks, so I'm going to use just some plates, trying to get it the same height. Might be it. Do that go over the top? Yes, it will. In all those. Box there. There. Now those wheels are pretty well wedged in there. That will now work. Yeah. It's a bit tight. They're not great, but it does. Yeah, that kind of works. So I could do with a couple of bricks there. The brick. There we go. So I've got bricks there just for it to sit and rest on. That works quite nicely. I want something on this end to hold my ball, a little container or something. What have we got? I know what I want. I can't. There we go. Will that work? There we go. That's the seats out of a car. There we go. Ping pong ball. And it works. So even that. So I've just built a little cage to hold the tyres. Again, I've literally just did it with the random bricks around me, so you might be able to find better. As I say, you could, use, if you've not got a ping pong ball, a minifigure leg, minifigure head, but they will fire further because the ping pong balls are light; they kind of float around a bit. But oh, broke it. Maybe they won't fire further. Not off this one anyway. Doesn't fire at all. Yeah, they're not working very well at all. Doesn't go anywhere. Oh, I've lost it. Oh, there it is. God, I've lost it. Oh, maybe minifigure heads aren't so good. Let's see. What about a 2x2 brick? I want to do that, and this is too short. So I'm going to add a bit to the front. I had a chain reaction of catapults then. Shame we was a shot. Yeah, that Lego brick set off this catapult and fling that ping pong ball. That worked quite well. There we go. So I've made what? This last one's not great, but it kind of works. They do work better with ping pong balls. So we've made 5 different Catapults. Okay, so we've got our Technic-y one using Technic axles, and obviously if you've got loads of Technic parts, making these sort of moving parts is much easier. Lots you can do. So we've done that one. We've got our one with the old school 1970s, 1980s wheels. I'm sure I've seen some of you with your parents or maybe even your grandparents' Lego, so may have some of those wheels. This really basic one that's just a hinge. Oh, I've moved the camera. There you go. Just a hinge. That works. This one with the wheels. This one with the newer wheel piece in there, axle. Again, you need just a couple of Technic bricks just to hold it. Then you've got that movement. And as I've done with that one, add your decorations. What else can you do to them? How can you make them look extra special? Make yours stand out. So send us in your pictures. Hopefully you've been chatting down below and saying hello. Next week, we're going to make some boats. So I'm going to attempt to have on my on here, we're going to have some water. I like to make life difficult for myself. So we're going to go for some water, and we're going to try and make some boats that float, which could be fun. It may all go wrong, they may all sink, but we're going to try and make some boats that float. You may have floaty boat pieces. You may have pieces like these. These are very old. But you might have this kind of boat base. This one came in pieces. Then quite a lot of the new ones just come in one piece. So if you've got something like that, obviously they will float really, really well because they're designed to float. If you haven't got any of those, that is fine. We're going to try and make a boat that floats anyway, just out of bricks and plates and things like that. And we'll see how we go. They usually float okay. All right. So that is next week. Hopefully you've said hello below. We've had a chat. Send me in your pictures. As I say, Leo and Rosie sent me in loads that they'd been doing of their zip lines last week. So please do. It'd be good to see what you've all been up to. Okay, and we shall see you then. Farewell.